Aquí lo canta mi gente. Bomba, bomba, para siempre. Baila, baila.
Hello everyone, Charles Walhingford back again, and I'm here to do a really nice informative video for you. This is going to help you out for your pursuit of some really good cigars. If you haven't heard of Romeo y Julieta, the Cuban Romeo and Julieta, please check out my previous video where I did a nice pairing with Glenmorangie single malt Scotch. But today, well, I'm actually smoking that cigar right now in the Churchill. Today I have a nice box of Romeo y Julieta in the Robusto size, counterfeit. Yes, these are not real, authentic Cuban cigars. I don't want to call them fake because these are real Cuban cigars. They're not Romeo y Julietas. So how do I know this? Well, it's with the box. The box will tell the story. And make sure when you purchase a box of cigars, you see all these things. All right? So first up, you have to check out the labeling. The labeling will tell you the tale. So the first label you should look for is the country licensing. You'll see this on alcohol. A lot of times port wine will have it over top of the top, and not all, but most cigars will have some kind of official licensing of that country over the box to seal it closed. And what you'll see in this particular box, it is actually flipped the wrong way. They have the UPC code on the top instead of the bottom, and the hologram is on the bottom instead of the top. So the hologram should be on the top. Also, if you look at this picture, you'll see that this is actually embossed, not a hologram. Yeah, sure, it looks nice, but it's not a hologram, and that's what you're looking for. So the hologram should be not on the bottom, but on the top, and it should be an actual hologram, not embossed. So you see these examples, that is the right way. This is what it's supposed to look like. Moving on, when you flip the box over, you'll see Habanos. Hecto en Cuba. Totalmente a mano, meaning completely handmade. Now, my box, the burn, this is burned into the wood. The burn stamp is not done well. It's done very weak. It's not completely uniform. It's not bold. If you look at my other examples of what it should look like, it's very bold. But the thing that really will stand out, that really should let you know, the date. This is something they could have done easily, but they didn't do. When they're faking it, is put a date on there, and the date doesn't have to be in a certain color. It just needs to be on there, and that's what actually brought it to my attention that I had some counterfeit cigars. I was fine for what I saw initially, and then I flipped it over to check the date because I like to have aged cigars. I want to take account of when these cigars are made. There's no date, so that will absolutely kill the chances of you having a authentic box of cigars. So make sure you look at the labeling, look the stamping, and look for the date. If you don't have these things, you will have some counterfeit cigars. Counterfeit, maybe not fake, because if you get them from Cuba, where these came from, these are actually from Cuba. These were faked in Cuba. You will end up with counterfeit cigars rather than the real deal. Now, also what I did, I wanted to make sure I had Cuban cigars. I went ahead and smoked one. I took just a few puffs. I didn't get too deep into it, but I definitely believe that these are real Cuban cigars, because Cuban cigars are very, very distinctive, and to fake that flavor is almost impossible. It's almost impossible, and it would be too expensive to fake. So, and then I still wanted to make sure that I was doing something safe, because I've heard some horror stories about what they do to fake Cuban cigars. So I went ahead and dissected and cut open another cigar to see how that looked inside, and I was pleasantly surprised to find that they actually use quality tobacco with the filler and such. With all that, I know all these things. How did I let that happen to me? Well, this is the number one rule. This is the most telling rule, or the most important rule. The most important rule is, do not let your friends who don't smoke cigars go to a foreign country and pick up some cigars for you. You can find Cuban cigars in Mexico, Canada, England, and of course Cuba. But there are fakes all around, and your friends who don't smoke cigars will pick out some fake cigars for you, or inauthentic cigars, or counterfeit. There we go, counterfeit cigars for you. I'm Charles Walhingford, and Cuban cigars that are counterfeit are not how I would spend my money.
Let's see what these fools are up to now. Damn, they're all inside their homes. I'm out here in the cold, the rain, the heat. You know what? I pay the bills. I'm on the mortgage too. I'm the man of this house. I'm shooting inside. Man, I'm really doing this. Nope, fuck this. What am I, crazy? Well, I am technically still in the house.
What's up, YouTube? This is the Mad Cigar Reviewer back again with another video, and I'm here in the house.
What the hell are you doing? I know you are not smoking inside my damn house.